All right, so today we're going to be learning how to do a closed basket weave tape job. This specific one is going to be for an inversion ankle sprain. First thing we're going to do is apply heel and lace pads that have a little bit of Vaseline in there. That will eliminate any type of friction that's going to be occurring between the layers of skin. It'll happen between the heel and lace pad and their skin now. So these two areas are very sensitive. That's why we want to give them a little cushion and protection. All right. So after we went ahead and applied our heel and lace pads, we're gonna go and apply a light layer of quick dry adhesive spray. Sometimes you're gonna see it called QDA, other times it's gonna be called Tough Skin, but you're just gonna do a really light layer. So just quick dusting on all surfaces of the skin. Then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my pre-wrap. You want the pre-wrap to have a little bit of tension, but not too much because that's gonna make it more likely to roll at the edges. And you're just gonna go around the ankle. Notice also how I have my pre-wrap roll laying like this instead of like this. If it was like that, you fumble a lot with it and it makes it very difficult. So make sure that you have it so the tail is against the skin. And you can see how I am actively looking on both sides of the ankle to make sure that I don't have any holes. There was a hole on the lateral side, so I went ahead and just covered that up. Now I'm going to go ahead and just work my way proximal and rip the tape. I want it to be a couple inches below where the belly of the gastrocnemius is, so then you're not going to be getting onto that beefy part of the muscle. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my two proximal anchors. I want about half a width of the strip to be on the skin. I'm going to apply my second one, about half a width of the strip staggered distal, and then my distal anchor. Now, this is where you really want to make sure that you take note of where the base of the fifth metatarsal is. So if I palpate, it's right here. So I want to make sure that I have the tape covering it or behind it. Right now, my tape is just covering it, so we're good right there. You just want to make sure you don't have the edge of the tape right in the middle because you could give them a tape cut, blisters, make it really uncomfortable, so on and so forth. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my first stirrup. Okay, so this is an inversion ankle sprain, so I want to make sure that I try to prevent the calcaneus from tipping inward. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull up and apply some tension and hold that down with a cover strip. And you notice, again, I keep working my way staggering down distal. This is called a horseshoe. This is what's going to help create a basket weave type of pattern. And then I'm gonna just keep working on my stirrup. So for this one, I wanna make sure that I fan it, and I'm still trying to make sure that I stay entirely on the calcaneus. Okay, and again, I'm gonna go ahead and cover that. And another horseshoe, working my way proximal. And finally, because we want 3 stirrups, I'm gonna apply that last stirrup. And make sure that I have everything covering the medial and lateral malleolus. Okay, and so for this one, you can see here that that would be uncomfortable. So I'm gonna apply one more strip just to make sure that I have uniform tension on all aspects. So remind them to hold their foot up in full dorsiflexion. That'll prevent it from getting too tight. Now I'm gonna go into my heel locks. So if these are where your shoelaces are, this is where your calcaneus or your calcaneal tendon inserts onto the calcaneus. And then right here, your arches. So laces, Achilles, arch. Back up to lace. Same thing on this side. Lace, Achilles, arch, back up to lace. Achilles, arch, back to lace. And last one, Achilles, arch. And you can see there's a little wrinkling there. Try your best, but it's kind of hard to totally avoid wrinkles. Back to arch. Okay, and then you're gonna rip it. My next step is to do a figure 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and lengthen out about a foot. I'm gonna have the roll of the tape to the lateral side, and I'm gonna angle it. So where this V is right here, that's kind of my indicator of about where I want to place that part of the tape. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring my tape roll across the dorsum of the foot and go around tib fib. That creates a figure 8. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to cover up all my tape ends because I have all my support strips in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover here so then I only have one tape in on the plantar surface of the foot. And then I'm just gonna work my way up proximally to make sure I have all these strips secured. And I'm just staggering proximal about a half a width of the strip, trying to cover my last tape in with the next one. And here's my last strip. And when you're done, you're gonna go ahead and give it a nice little squeeze, making sure that you get all the tape to stick to themselves. Okay, all done.